I'm not sure where you were when you received the news, how you received it, and how you took it. Let me start with you, since he's a member of your party folk.
Yes. First of all, let me say that it's very sorrowful when any person dies, and my condolence to the family. Though he's a state property, because he's a member of parliament, those very much affected first will be the family. And I don't know how to even talk about this, because either way we've lost him. And it's a time for reflection on some of the challenges within our politicking. And I must say, I mean, should I say asa, in the sense that he hasn't had it easy. I mean, winning the seat hasn't been easy for him. Mind you, he won this time, but he's been at MPP primaries more than once.
Right.
He duked it out with Amase twice. And, you know, this is a seat that was with Baba Jamal. Went to Amase, then came to NDC, and then we took it. So it's becoming more of almost like a swing type of seat. And he didn't get it easy, to the extent that he's been to court on numerous occasions. And I must admit, sometimes when your own friend is in court, you're hesitant to question how things are going. And for that matter, to even find out how his own life or wellness is. But I was only discussing this on another station with regards to the stress of being a member of parliament. Some say that I look more relaxed now, and I must admit, it's somewhat of a load when you occupy that seat. Phone calls beyond midnight, phone calls at 4 a.m. And I always ask that question: who takes care of the member of parliament? You know, everybody is on you for bread and water, unfortunately, in our part of the world. Because other places, you know, the legislative person is not necessarily dealing with people's school fees, people's rent, because there are offices for that, which work very well. And I think that along the line, we need to really consider having governmental offices that attend to those, as it is, social needs, so that we are free of that burden. And then we can focus strictly on just doing legislative work. And then, most important of all of this is the need for all of us in politics to make sure that we get regular and frequent sleep, and also checkup. You know, they are supposed to be working until, I think, Saturday. And, you know, that additional day. In fact, Fridays, you are lucky you get off a bit early.
Has it been confirmed you have to work on Mondays and Saturdays? It's been confirmed?
It's been confirmed.
Right.
So when we had up to Friday, it was enjoyable because by midday you're going, and those traveling far would go and all of that. But as it stands now, my only recommendation from a medical standpoint is that members need to find time for themselves and their health. Very important. And not all things are avoidable, but this reminds me of our experience with the Kumewu former member of parliament too. You know, we worked late hours, next day
He was gone.
You know, and I can almost categorically say that, listen, if not for the stress of the work, he would have not necessarily succumbed to his early demise. So I'm deeply troubled, and I think it's a wake-up call for all politicians, and for that matter, current members of parliament, to take their health seriously, and to for that matter, I think that when parliamentarians, quote unquote, demand for better conditions of service, the populace should understand that, having thorough medical workup during and after your tenure. I mean, listen, let me cheat and say that people who work for Ghana Commercial Bank, when they retire, they are still taken care of by Ghana Commercial Bank. But as it stands now, I cannot take any medical bill to Parliament. And these are very unfortunate. And not just him, there are many stories of members of Parliament who are struggling on health grounds. And I mean, I don't want to mention names, but I know some who are currently even struggling to meet their own health challenges in terms of the finances. Right. For procedures, be it pacemaker, be it very serious heart conditions, and they can't afford it. And right. You need to go through the Speaker of Parliament sometimes, based on his own benevolence or your leader's own benevolence. And I think that these are things that calls for us to look at more closely and carefully.
Sure.
To conclude, it's a very painful thing, and we're going to have to live with it.
Did you know him?
Oh yes. I mean, I'm an Easterner by birth. Granted, I do my business in Accra, but Ernest, I think my last major encounter with him, besides when he won, was when there was a rally in the Eastern region, and he's a tall guy too, so we joked about it on stage at Abitifi last year, and my mind goes back to that day. I mean, in his white top and jeans, and how we spoke, and we're very hopeful that he'll make it into Parliament this time, only for us to lose him literally 7 months into his 4-year term. So to conclude, all of us are taken aback, but let me use this opportunity to help the general populace understand that, listen, should members of Parliament demand more for their health issues, let's not get too upset, because these are very important things, and unfortunately we've seen people die during their tenure, the John Kumars, to say the least. So Basua was another example, and now Ernest, 40 years.
40 years, yeah.
40 years. I mean, he would have been 41 in December. Quite young. But then they say the good die young, so who knows?
Very well.
So that's the unfortunate bit. I don't want to worry the NDC too much, but,